You are watching Vel Can Cook. Welcome to my channel. All right, y'all. So, what I would like to do first is just kind of showcase some of my ingredients. I'm on my kitchen counter right now, and it's a bit of a mess, but you know what? That's going to be all right. We're going to work this thing out. And let's go over what we will be including with making the sweet potato brownies. So, in this bowl, I have about a total of about 8 ounces of sweet potato, um, cooked sweet potatoes. So you can put this in the microwave. A couple of potatoes takes about 8 to 10 minutes, or you can bake it in the oven, however you prefer. And this is what the finished product looks like. It's pretty smooth. I've kind of stirred it up a little bit, and that's about 8 whole ounces of sweet potato. And then we have a total of 1 cup of flour. And what I did is, with some of these ingredients, as I kind of go over them, I'm going to let you know that I incorporated some things because I only had so many of my little bitty cups and presentation cups. So that's why I did that. For this particular ingredient is my cocoa powder and my flour. Now, as far as the flour goes, you have a few different options as to how you can um, make your brownies. It's totally up to you, honestly. I'm using AP, all-purpose flour. The Some of the healthier ingredients for the recipe, whether excuse me, some of the healthier flours would be either an almond flour or an oat flour or even a gluten-free flour. That would probably be the first choice when making these. Um, so yeah, but this particular recipe, I have some natural 100%, um, if I'm not mistaken, this is Belgium cocoa powder. It's a really dark cocoa powder, and I love it, y'all. And then I have my total of 1 cup of flour. Now for this particular ingredient, I'm including a nut butter. Nut butters actually work really, really well with your sweet potato brownies, or your brownies, especially if you want to make a more vegan version of the brownie. This particular recipe, again, is some good, some, not so good. But, it all depends on your own preference and your own tastes. And for me, I'm going to make my brownies the way that I like to eat them. So I have this nut butter. This is a cashew nut butter. And if you checked out my sister's live, we went to a food bank, and we went on a food bank haul, and we had a great time in that live, y'all, too. But what she did is showcase some of the things that we had received from the food bank, and not the particular one that we went on, but on another one we went on together that we didn't record. We actually got some raw cashew butter, which is an excellent alternative to either peanut butter, excuse me, or when you're baking, or even, for people that don't like almond butter, you can actually substitute your ingredient with cashew butter. It is very smooth, very creamy consistency. This is what it looks like. Kind of looks like almost like an ice cream. It's very, very smooth, very, very, very smooth. And I really like the consistency of this. So look at this. Okay, y'all. So what I'm trying to do is grab my knife. So can y'all see that? See that? See how smooth that is? Really, really, really smooth consistency. Love it. And And it doesn't have any extra sugars in it. And you don't get that strong cashew taste. Because for me, cashew is not a particular nut that I like, but the cashew butter is far less assuming. And I love that about cashew butter. All right. Here is my banana with some vanilla extract in it. That's the reason why you get that brown color on top. Here is my oat milk. So we have a half a cup of oat milk. And let me go back to my banana. So we got a fourth of a cup of banana. We have about 1/8 of a cup of cream cheese, 2 eggs, 1/4 of a cup of dark chocolate chips, which is optional. Not everybody likes chocolate, additional or added chocolate to their brownies. I do, so I'm including that. And again, this is another incorporation. This is my plant-based butter. I get this plant-based butter from Restaurant Depot. I'm not advertising or anything for a particular company. I'm only referencing where I receive my plant-based butter. And to me, it gives me a much closer consistency to actual cow's butter or cow's milk, and you know, the butter solids that are in butter. And I really like the consistency of it, and I like how it turns out in baked goods. And then along with that is also a 1/4 of a cup of coconut oil. See, my butter, my oil. This is 1 teaspoon each of baking powder and baking soda. And then for my sugar, to incorporate the sweetness to the recipe, I am using coconut sugar. Coconut sugar is much better for your glycemic index. It's much better if you are diabetic and or you have resistance to sugar based on your blood type and or you know, whatever medical issues that you may be dealing with. It's an amazing alternative to natural cane sugar. So we also have 1/2 cup total of coconut sugar. So what I'm going to do is incorporate my wet and then my dry and then my dry so we can get this party on the road. I hope everybody's been doing pretty good. Not pretty good, really good. Um, lately I have been on a little bit of a journey with my husband, and we have been catering, doing pop-ups and catering at a social club locally where we live. Operate our wet ingredients. All right, and now we're going to add our cashew butter. Oh, and I also included maple syrup in there. So that was maple syrup, my banana, a 1/4 of a cup of banana, and my vanilla extract. And the reason for the banana is banana makes your recipe much lighter. Your brownie would be much fluffier. And it's also an alternative to your sugar addition to your recipe, along with the, like, you know, just a hint of banana flavor, which is not a problem with me. And now we're going to add our coconut oil and our butter, our eggs, our milk, our sugar, our cream cheese. And what I'm going to do with my baking powder and baking soda is add it to my flour. And I almost forgot the salt. Hold on. I'm a firm believer that every sweet recipe needs its balance in salt. So we're going to do about half a teaspoon of salt. It goes into our flour mixture. We're going to get our blender, and we're going to blend this on a low speed for about 1 to 2 minutes just to incorporate everything nicely. And you have to know that your batter is going to be lumpy. Don't worry about that. That's perfectly normal. So now we're going to add our flour and our baking, our chocolate baking powder, a little bit at a time. So 1/2 then, right then, and we're just going to fold that in. Along with our chips. It's a real easy recipe. Like, it's just a straight method of incorporating your wet, then your dry. Okay. See, kind of see it. Looks a little wonky, but it smells really good, y'all. Now we're going to add the rest of our flour as well as our cocoa. Now it's kind of starting to come together. It's super chocolatey looking. Smells good, y'all. Look at that. That's a good thick brownie batter. Okay, so now I'm going to pour this into our molds, and then I'll let you guys see what that looks like after I do that. All right, be right back. Okay, everybody, so now I have my pan, and I'm going to make individual brownies. I'm just going to take one spoon at a time. There is a better way to do this. Hold on. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get a ladle, and I'm going to scoop some in my ladle, and then I'm literally going to pour it into my pan. And I want to pour these in about halfway through so that, I'll give them space to rise. And here's the thing, y'all, like I love, 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 love peach cobbler, right? But for whatever reason, I'm terrible at making the crust. True story. Terrible. My husband and my kids used to call my peach cobbler peach cornbread, y'all. Because it would be so thick. My crust would be so doggone thick. They'd be like, we love your peach cornbread. For real though, but I love peach cobbler. I just need to get my crust skills more down packed. You know what else I love, and it's not necessarily considered a dessert, but I love a good biscuit. And I can eat a biscuit like a dessert, y'all. And that's just the truth. Give me some good butter, a lot of butter, and either honey or some strawberry preserves. Oh, baby. It is on and popping. Okay, so I have a little bit left over. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me a little big pan. I have a few little pans, and I'm going to just put that in. But this is what it looks like. These are my brownies, guys. They look so good. They look so good. And I'm going to put those into the oven. Oh, that was a little higher. But I'm going to put these into the oven for 30 minutes on 350. And I will come back with the final results. All right. Oh, yeah, now I'm going to be playful. So I got my little heart silicone molds that I found. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the rest of the batter and put it in these little heart silicone molds and see how that turns out. All right. All right, everybody. This is the finished product to my sweet potato brownie. This is what they look like. They look pretty darn delicious, and they taste pretty darn delicious too. I didn't have the patience to stop and record me eating it because I was a little embarrassed of how fastly I wolfed it down. But y'all, let me tell you, this was bomb. So I'm going to include the recipe in the description, and I hope that you guys like it enough for yourselves. You can add and or subtract or exchange some of the ingredients for something else that you may want, but I want you to try these out. They're actually very healthy for the most part, and very nutritious and delicious, y'all. So check them out. These are the chocolate sweet potato brownies. All right, take care. Be good to yourself and to others. Bye.